Hi there, my name is Mr. Pete. I am a 4th grade teacher. I'm currently reading chapter 48 on the tale of a rat. As Despereaux is heading into the dungeon with Botticelli Rimorso, the most evil rat in all of ratdom, he's leading him into the dungeon to show him Princess P, and in turn is going to kill him in front of Princess P. However, do you think it's smart to take Despereaux to the princess? Chapter 48 on the tail of a rat. Have you ever had hold of the tail of a rat? At best, it is an unpleasant sensation, scaly and cold, similar to holding on to a small, narrow snake. At worst, when you are dependent upon a rat for your survival, and when a part of you is certain that you are being led nowhere except to your death, it is a hideous sensation, indeed, to have nothing but a rat's tail to cling to. Nonetheless, Despereaux held on to Botticelli Rimorso, and the rat led him deeper and deeper into the dungeon. Despereaux's eyes had, by this point, adjusted quite well to the darkness, though it would have been better if they had not, for the things he saw made him shiver and shake. What did he see? He saw that the floor of the dungeon was littered with tufts of fur, knots of red thread, and the skeletons of mice. Everywhere there were tiny white bones glowing in the darkness, and he saw in the dungeon tunnels through which Botticelli led him the bones of human beings too, grinning skulls and delicate finger bones rising up out of the darkness and pointing towards some truth best left unspoken. Despereaux closed his eyes. But it didn't help. He saw, as if his eyes were still open wide, the bones, the tufts of hair, the knots of thread, the despair. "Ha-ha! Exactly!" Botticelli laughed as he negotiated the twists and turns. "Oh, yes, exactly." If what was in front of Despereaux was too horrible to contemplate, what followed behind him was perhaps even worse. Rats. A happy, hungry, vengeful parade of rats, their noses up in the air, sniffing, sniffing. "Mouse," sang out one rat joyfully. Oh, yes, mouse," agreed another. "But something else too." "Soup," called out another rat. "Yes, soup," the others agreed. "Blood," sang a rat. "Blood," they all agreed together. And then they sang, "Here, mousey, 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 here, little mousey." I'm sure they sang just like that. Botticelli called out to the other rats. "Mine," he said. "This a little treasure is all mine. Gentlemen and ladies, please, I beg you, do not infringe on my discovery." "Mr. Rimorso," said Despereaux. He turned and looked behind him and saw the rats, their red eyes and their smiling mouths. He closed his eyes again. He kept them closed. "Mr. Rimorso!" he shouted. "Oh, yes," said Botticelli. "Mr. Rimorso," said Despereaux, and he was crying now. He couldn't help it. "Please, the princess." "Tears!" shouted the rats. "We smell tears, Mousy, we do!" "Please!" shouted Despereaux. "Little friend," said Botticelli, "a little Despereaux tilling. I promise you, and I will keep that promise." The rat stopped. "Look ahead of you," he said. "What do you see?" Despereaux opened his eyes. "Light," he said. "Exactly," said Botticelli. "A light." We're going to stop right there. So now Despereaux's really in a pickle. He's being led by a rat. He's being followed by rats, taken to a rat, and Meggery Sow. It's not looking good. Chapter 49. What do you want, Meggery Sow? Here we go. Click like, subscribe, leave comments, click that bell so you can find out when the next stuff is going up. And, comment, please. Please, I'm begging you. I'm not really begging. Please leave comments. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next page.